In December 2016, a horrific crime unfolded involving a man named Markeith Lloyd. During a heated argument, Markeith pulled out a gun and fatally shot his pregnant ex-girlfriend. The dispute reportedly centered around the decision of whether to keep or abort the baby. Following the incident, Orlando police launched a manhunt to apprehend Markeith, but initial efforts proved fruitless as he remained at large. However, on an ill-fated day, January 9th, a significant development occurred. Lieutenant Derek Clayton coincidentally found herself shopping at the same Walmart as the fugitive Markeith. Both individuals entered the Walmart on Princeton Avenue, albeit 15 minutes apart, with Markeith entering first, followed by Deborah's arrival minutes later. Initially, their paths do not intersect as they navigate through the store. They independently move around one another, collecting the supplies they each needed without crossing paths or interacting with one another. Lieutenant Clayton swiftly completes her shopping and proceeds to the checkout counter. Similarly, Lloyd also heads to a different counter to complete his purchase. Once again, their paths avoid intersecting as they go about their separate transactions. Observe the arrival of police officers at the checkout counter. At the checkout counter, Lloyd is also present. This is the only instance where their paths briefly cross. Just as Lieutenant Clayton completes her payment and begins heading out of the store with her purchases, Lloyd is making his own payments, with his back turned towards her. Unaware of the dangerous presence in the store, the lieutenant does not see him. Shortly after both Markeith and Lieutenant Deborah Clayton leave the Walmart, a tragic turn of events occurs. Markeith shoots Lieutenant Clayton, inflicting a fatal injury. Subsequently, law enforcement initiates another intense manhunt, but Markeith proves adept at hiding and manages to evade capture for an additional 8 days before finally being apprehended. As a consequence of his heinous actions, Markeith was sentenced to the death penalty. The presence of large fires is undeniably frightening, but small fires inside a store can also be deeply unsettling. What makes this situation particularly alarming is the apparent lack of evacuation or immediate response. For an extended period of time, it seems that no action is being taken to address the fire, allowing it to continue unabated and pose a significant risk. The lack of intervention and urgency is concerning as the fire continues to rage on without any visible efforts to contain or extinguish it. The absence of a visible source for the flames adds to the unsettling nature of the situation. It gives the impression that the shelves or items within the store have inexplicably caught fire without any apparent cause. This occurrence happening in the middle of a weekday, when the store is likely occupied by customers and employees, adds to the sense of urgency and concern. The lack of immediate action or response to address the fire only heightens the unease as the flames continue to burn unchecked. After almost a minute of filming, during which the fire continues to grow, signs and displays within the store begin to collapse. It is at this point that an employee finally emerges from the back area, presumably alerted to the situation. The delayed response adds to the sense of unease as it raises questions about the store's preparedness and emergency protocols. The employee's appearance signals that action is being taken, but the initial moments of inaction and the escalating chaos create a tense and unsettling atmosphere. Just in the nick of time, the employee arrives as the fire continues to grow, possibly reaching a point where it could become uncontrollable. The cameramen capture the unfolding situation, including the charred remnants of the wall and the end cap that was affected by the flames. The footage highlights the seriousness of the situation and the potential danger posed by the fire. On February 10, 2020, 6-year-old Faye Swedlick returned home from school in the afternoon. The weather was lovely and her mother, Selena Collins, allowed her to play outside under the sun. Tragically, this decision would have devastating consequences as Faye went missing and could not be located just an hour later. This led to a search for answers, and Cody Taylor emerged as the prime suspect, believed to have abducted and ultimately taken the life of the young girl. The details surrounding what happened to Faye at the hands of Cody Taylor are deeply unsettling and continue to haunt the community. Upon receiving the report of Faye's disappearance, a search of the neighborhood was promptly initiated by the police. Not only were outdoor areas searched, but the homes of neighbors, including Cody Taylor's residence, were also investigated. Cody Taylor emerged as the primary suspect in Faye's disappearance. In a video clip, Taylor is seen walking towards a local Walmart store where he made purchases. Interestingly, his roommate mentions that he had recently used a deodorizing spray in their house. Pay close attention to the top right-hand corner of the screen to spot Taylor in the footage. By the time Cody Taylor was walking to Walmart, he had already committed the heinous act of murdering Faye and left her lifeless body inside a laundry bag at his home. During this time, the police conducted a search of his apartment with the consent of his roommate, but found nothing suspicious. Remarkably, they even noticed the presence of the laundry bag, but did not perceive it as significant. The search for Faye continued for 3 days without any significant leads, and the police repeatedly visited Taylor's home to question him, potentially unnerving him. As a result, he decided to bury Faye's body in the nearby woods. The presence of light captured in the woods on the night Taylor buried her is believed to be connected to his purchase of soil from Walmart. You can once again see Taylor in the woods following his Walmart trip. Director Snell Grove made a chilling discovery when he found Faye's lifeless body in the same area of the woods where Taylor had been observed spending time both at night and the following morning after his trip to Walmart. This grim revelation solidified the connection between Taylor's activities and Faye's tragic fate. The motive behind this horrific act is unknown. Before police could question him, Taylor took his own life. What a coward. Shooting incidents frequently occur with rapid and unpredictable escalation, often leaving law enforcement with limited opportunity to intervene. However, in this particular case, the police received advance warning and swiftly responded by rushing to a Walmart store in Tennessee. Their prompt action aimed to mitigate the unfolding mayhem and protect the safety of those present. On December 23, 2020, with the scent of Christmas and the anticipation of snow in the air, the officers were acutely vigilant as they received the call. Upon arriving at the Walmart store, they wasted no time and immediately immersed themselves in the unfolding situation, prioritizing the safety of those inside. The urgency of the matter was heightened by an employee's report that the potential shooter had moved to the back area, prompting the officers to adopt a direct approach.
Clothing description: black male, white shirt, khaki pants. 300, do you copy? Benedict will be holding the grocery side inside. Tinker is holding outside. County is holding general merchandise. Units are going to start clearing the building. All right, on me. You stay. That's why I know how to do it. That's why I know how to do this, boys. Let's start on this side. Okay, you on the right, I'm on the left. You start getting the hallways. I'm gonna go along and just start trying to get down, all right?
We going straight down this alley here?
Straight down. It's the only way I know how to do it. Oh, what you got?
Go from outside in. Outside, you can see all the way down
Let's
and
do
loop
it.
around.
We need to clear this. Open door. Hold. Respond it!
In a brief discussion, the officers strategized their next steps before swiftly taking action to secure the premises and protect the individuals present. Young ones and store owners were escorted out of the Walmart.
Come on. Hey, we're here. Come on.
It's okay. These are police officers. Okay?
Good job, guys. All right.
Some youngsters were hiding, and their fear was sad to see.
Police department! You're good, you're good. Come on. Come on. What is this thing doing? Oh, wait a minute. Do I have anybody on the grocery side outside I can send this videos to?
I just leave them here for right now. We got 5.
Coming your way. Just come out here for a second. I'm gonna escort y'all out.
You might need our purses.
Huh?
Our purses.
Can it wait?
Yeah. I mean, as long as somebody don't get away.
Yeah, we'll get it. We'll get you guys. I'll lock that back up. Follow me.
303-313, I got Llewellyn and a 4-man element from GPS.
I'm right behind you.
You to get to the civilians out there, small copy. I'm heading that way with the keys, sir.
109, I got one of the suspects in custody over here. Number 3, aisle 3.
Get with see if you can track down Bruce Lewitz's element, and y'all split up and help Matt with clearing duties in there. Let me know who you get. Copy that.
If they get off
109, you copy, got one of the suspects, aisle 3 in custody.
Unit 10-1, be advised, I'm making my way from electronics up to the hairstyle to get the civilians out.
Here, you got anything on you?
6-2, we got one of the suspects on the outdoor living side. We have one in custody as of right now.
10-4. Ryan, when you get the civilians cleared out. Robbie, detail somebody to get that suspect.
10-4.
Fortunately, the best news of all is that no shots were fired by either the police or the reported shooter, who was not present at the scene. However, in these moments, tensions naturally run high, as is often the case in such situations.
Get down, get down, get down, get down, get down, get down.
Hey, don't get out! Get out! Get out! One at a time. So we can see you. One at a time. Put your hand up.
We got a
There's a gun out there.
We have sheriff's down there.
We're out inside.
Counter surveillance capacity.
Hey, guns inside the car somewhere.
On May 17, 2020, Rosalio Gutierrez Jr. tragically lost his life after being fatally beaten with a blunt object. Her only crime was entering into a relationship with Zachariah Anderson's ex-girlfriend. While jealousy is often a motive in relationship conflicts, Zachariah Anderson's jealousy takes on a disturbing intensity. Prior to this incident, Zachariah had been stalking Rosalio, consumed by his overwhelming jealousy. On that fateful day, he took Rosalio's life in his own home. In the footage, you can observe Zachariah making a stop at the Wisconsin Walmart the day after the murder. He enters the store to acquire supplies, and what he selects will undoubtedly unsettle you. Watch closely as he arrives at Walmart. His purchases raise suspicions as he grabs boxes of garbage bags, gloves, and Clorox wipes, items that are believed to have been used in cleaning up the murder scene. Watch closely as he collects these seemingly innocent supplies that were intended for malicious purposes. Carefully observe everything he has in his possession. Rosalio's body was never discovered, leading to the conclusion that the perpetrator, Zachariah, was successful in effectively covering up the evidence of his heinous act. Before tragedy struck, Marcel Chavin was a 21-year-old senior airman stationed at Grand Forks Air Force Base. However, on that fateful night, he succumbed to darkness. Marcel entered the Walmart located at 2551 South 32nd Street, armed with a 9mm Smith & Wesson handgun. It was 1 a.m. and while the world was asleep, he unleashed chaos. At first glance, Marcel appeared well adjusted, walking into the Walmart calmly and dressed neatly. Displaying no signs of erratic behavior, he seemed just like any regular person shopping at a mall. According to his friends, Marcel had shown no signs of unusual behavior that night or in the days leading up to the incident. He appeared to be his usual self without any alarming changes. As you watch him in the store, he carries on with his shopping calmly, completely unaware of the chaos that is about to unfold. As you focus on the white vehicle on the screen, you witness how tragedy unfolds as Marcel proceeds to shoot 2 individuals before turning the gun on himself. During the police investigation that ensued after the shooting, authorities sought to uncover the motives and reasons behind Marcel's actions. However, their efforts yielded little information, except for the fact that Marcel had an excessively high level of alcohol in his bloodstream at the time of the tragedy. Despite his seemingly composed appearance, it was revealed that he had consumed more than twice the legal limit of alcohol. The police investigation into Marcel's behavior and motive ultimately yielded no concrete answers, leading to the case being closed. Speculation regarding the possible reasons behind his actions remains open-ended. It is indeed unsettling to contemplate the fragility of the human mind and the potential for individuals to reach a breaking point. The incident serves as a stark reminder of the delicate balance that exists within us all, and the potential for sudden and unexpected actions that can have far-reaching consequences. Thanks for watching. Stay vigilant, friends.